been 100% healed, there's more to their story. When I see David taking on Goliath and the enemy are on the run, there's more to that story. And I've got news for you. Wherever you're at, whatever you're going through right now in your life, there's more to your story. There's more to the story. You know, when I think about this, David, 1 Samuel 17:50, he runs up, cuts off the head. Woohoo! But he didn't wake up that day at 1 Samuel 17:50. He woke up to 1 Samuel 17:1. And there's a lot that goes through 1 to 50. There's a whole bunch of numbers. My kid is 5 years old, and he is in first grade. There's a lot of numbers in between 1 and 50. There's a process. Oh, man, turn to someone and say there's a process. Man, we get excited about 1 Samuel 17:50, but we don't get excited about 1 Samuel 17:11, where it said their hearts melted the sight of the enemy. How about this, 1 Samuel 17:16? They were going through this for 40 days. How many Israelites died before David? Or how about 17:17, when David was out watching sheep? Or 17:18, when David is sent as an errand boy to go bring lunch? Or 17:28, when he is literally rebuked by his brother when he's doing a good thing, and he's reminding them of their destiny and who they are. Have you ever reminded somebody of who they are and they're just like rebuking you? Hey, you're better than this. Talk to someone who's in a bad relationship and tell them you're better than this. Hey, don't talk about them that way. I wasn't talking about them. I was talking about you. You are better. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Like, it's a weird argument. But you know what? When we get to the end of the story, we forget there's more to the story. And what God kept telling me this morning, wherever you are, is there is more to your story. I don't know where you're at in the story. I don't know what number you're at the moment. I don't know if you're in a place of fear or rebuke or confusion or agitation or irritated and frustrated or angry, or you don't have the right resources in your life to do what you feel you're called to. But I got news for you. There's more to your story. This is not the end. Somebody's getting hit. Man, I had someone come up to me the other day. They were just pumped. They're like, Oliver, I love what's going on in your life. I was like, ah. They said, Oliver, dude, you're killing it. Man, the open doors in your life are awesome. And I was like, wait a second. I felt like I was standing there with my sword, all bloodied, my body bruised. I've been beaten down. And I'm like, what doors? There's doors? What's going on? Man, the reality is we see people, and I'll tell you the worst is when you see people based on Facebook, right? Because Facebook's the truth. It's on Facebook. Must be true. By the way, if you see anything about me on Facebook, a foreign Russian bot posted it there. It wasn't me. No, what we do is we see things and we decide, wow, look at how great it is. Got news for you. There's more to the story. Man, when you see somebody, whether they're down or up, I guarantee you there's more to the story. I was thinking about it with David. Victories don't come without cost. Don't think his victories came without scars. Don't hear the battle cry and think that it didn't come without some warfare. I mean, when I hear people who've perfected a battle cry, that means they've been in a lot of battles. People who don't quite know how to roar yet, they just haven't had to use it. All right. So there's more to the story. So let me tell you something. Before now, in David's life, it was almost over. Before this point, before he saw victory, he almost didn't see victory. I think it's interesting in our lives. There have probably been a lot of times it was almost over. I tell people all the time, aren't you excited? The stuff that's just been trying to get you, it hasn't killed you yet. Like you have a absolutely flawless record of victory in living. All of you. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. Just because you got to an almost doesn't mean it won. And I think we give almost way too much credit, because I've seen some of you, the way you play horseshoes, you like an almost, right? You love the idea of, shouldn't that count? No! I'm not giving the devil any credit for almost destroying relationships. I'm not giving the devil any credit for almost destroying lives. I'm not giving him any credit for almost taking your kids out, or almost calling it ends or quits or over. I'm not giving him credit. You're still here. God's still victorious. Someone better get saved this morning. Some of you are not in your 1 Samuel 17:50 moment. But you're in a place where some of you think it's almost over. And God's saying, it was, but it isn't. Okay, so let's look at David. Before we get to his David and Goliath moment, turn to 1 Samuel 17:17. I love this because it's going to offend the offendable in the room. I needed to know who you were. 1 Samuel 17:17. Now Jesse said to his son David, take this. How do we say this word, Dennis? Ephish? Okay, good. Of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread. No, you do not get to multiply them. No, this is not that Jesus moment. But you're going to take this bread for your brothers and hurry to their camp. Okay, where is David? He is out tending the sheep. His dad calls him in, says, hey, your brothers are out there on the front lines of battle fighting, and I didn't let you go because you're not qualified, you're not capable, you're not able. You're going to go do the mundane. By the way, this is David, who's been anointed as the next king of Israel. Have any of you ever received a prophetic word and you're like, when? Like God called you and said, you're going to minister to millions or thousands, you're going to see people saved, or this one's my favorite, you're going to have a lot of money. When? And he said, God's like, bro, you've had a lot of money. You just also lost a lot. Like, you didn't know what to do.